Alright everybody, welcome back to another video, and would you look at that, baby, back in Diamond. So we have been climbing, slowly we have been climbing, but steadily we have been climbing, little by little we've been climbing. And as of right here, we're playing some Vi into a Volibear. So right here, I know for a fact that Pantheons, they like to play aggressive, so I was confident that right here, I just wanted to waste his time as much as possible. So the wave was kind of pushing into Seth, and right here I was patient. I was like, okay, I don't mind wasting my time here, because with Vi, the thing is with Vi, as right here we managed to force his flash, so we kind of set up the lane here for Seth very nicely, right? Because Pantheon, they love to play aggressive in the early game, and I knew that for a fact. So I cleared my red, did my Krugs, and just went over and just, you know, hovered around to make sure that we can at least force his flash or get anything. But while I was doing that, Volibear here goes up and manages to get the first blood kill and a double kill on my duo lane. Of course, right? Of course it has to happen, and I don't know what it is with Vi, man, but I just cannot seem to win. It's probably the Vi curse, honestly. But anyway, guys, if you guys have been enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, and I would really appreciate it. So right here, we just back out. We try to farm. We try to get our level 5. But as I was saying, man, it's probably the Vi curse. I just can't seem to win with Vi, but for whatever reason, we had terrible early game. So right here, the early game was going horrible, right? Look, Volibear comes back. He has level 5 because he managed to pick up those 2 early kills. And he ganks again, picks up another kill on my ADC. Just classic dual lane gameplay. And right here, I'm just trying to hover around to see what I can do. But about right here, I kind of decide, you know, I can't do anything. So I just back out. I do a bit of farming. I get level 5, and right here at the dragon fight, so at 5 minutes, we managed to get an incredible team fight that kind of puts us back into the game. So right here, Blitzcrank is hovering around. We kind of use the ultimate, try to do something, but we're forced to flash away, and at this point it's just horrible, right? Volibear ganked Baron lane and managed to get a kill. I mean, when he goes top. And if I remember correctly, this game, I think I was going to ban Volibear. I'm not sure, but I was like, I barely see Volibear in my games anymore. Maybe I'll just ban. I don't remember who I banned, but as you can see, Volibear picks up the first turn, and right here, it's just going horrible. I believe the score is 1-5 right now, and the Rift Herald and Mountain Drake spawn. So I'm just trying to clear, get my blue, do whatever I can, really. And then right here at the dragon fight, this is kind of where we turn things around, and we make an incredible comeback. So right here, the dragon is up, and I'm just telling my team, okay, maybe we can rush it, maybe we can force it, because I did see Volibear dual lane. Baron lane. So right here, he jumps in, we get a good stun on him, an ultimate on him, and then Sed gets a beautiful ultimate into the enemy team, manages to get the kill. We pick up the kill on the Pantheon, and then we use our first ability, stun on Kai'Sa, get a double kill on Blitzcrank. So right here, I'm kind of pinging. I'm like, okay, maybe we can do the dragon. We can definitely rush it because Volibear is dead. But Twisted Fate is here. He comes in, you know, gold card with Kai'Sa. I'm like, okay, we definitely cannot rush the dragon right now. So I'd use my first ability, get some really good damage onto Twisted Fate. We don't manage to get the kill, but we do manage to slow. And then right here, I just try to use my first ability on Kai'Sa, but then Pantheon uses ultimate, comes in, gets a stun on our Morgana. We use our first ability, jump out, and the enemy team is again. We haven't been able to retreat yet, but our ultimate is back up. And right here, I say Twisted Fate super low. I'm trying to get in range to auto attack, but my ultimate comes back on cooldown. We get another easy double kill right there with my aftershock, and we do get the shutdown on Kai'Sa. And right here, insane comeback. So horrible early game, and Volibear right here uses his ultimate a little bit too early, very impatient on his part, and then I get pulled over the wall. But this clutch Thresh Lantern right here saves our lives. And we managed to secure the Mountain Drake. Absolutely insane dragon fight at 5 minutes. Like, horrible early game, but then right here, Twisted Fate uses his ultimate. So we decide, you know what, we're just gonna run all the way back to base and pick up the Triforce. And then right here, the enemy team is doing Rift Herald, but we have our ultimate, we have our first ability. So right here, we stun onto Twisted Fate, do some good damage on him, and then Seth does a fantastic job picking up the kill on Pantheon. Use our first ability, ultimate in, and we managed to pick up the kill on Volibear, and we are unstoppable, and we managed to pick up the Rift Herald. So after the horrible early game, we do a great job. We managed to come back. But still, for some reason, it's just not enough, man. I mean, personally, I do a lot of bad plays later on. Like, personally, like, watching the game back, I do a couple of, I mean, just horrible bad plays, you know, just rush plays. I don't think I should have done. I should have been a bit more patient. But one thing, I guess that's one thing that I do very often with Vi that I'm just starting to notice is that I try to engage a bit too much, which in the end it turns out to be very bad for myself. And I think you'll see later on right here. But right here we managed to get a really good ultimate onto Twisted Fate. And I think in this game, you know, Twisted Fate, they were doing a bit of trolling, but I mean, the enemy team were making mistakes. My ADC was making mistakes as well, you know. So their team make mistakes, my team make mistakes. It has to be even. It always has to be 50-50. It can never be the enemy team. It can never be that the enemy team alone makes troll plays. You know, your team always has to balance it out. Right here, we use our first ability on Kai'Sa. And we almost die here, but we have to use our flash, use our first ability to disengage. And for this build, I accidentally also did go the Transcendent rune. I think the armor and tenacity rune is a lot better on Vi, but I wasn't paying attention to what runes I was using this game, and then we actually go into the game with the tenacity runes, and it definitely, but I feel like the other runes, or Overgrowth, or maybe the tenacity, I cannot remember its name. I do have to apologize. I'll probably put a picture up here about which one I'm talking about. But as you can see, look, I managed to get a kill on Pantheon, and then my whole team just dies right before Dragon is about to spawn. And of course, for the build, very standard build for Vi. I don't think you should go any other build than this right here. You know, you got tons of damage, and then this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? So we use our first ability on Blitzcrank right here, but then I see Kai'Sa and I just ultimate on her, and then we pretty much just throw after this. Like, the crazy thing is, if you as an individual, your team throws, ultimately it's like, if you're in a position as myself this game where you can actually carry the game, then it's best that you as the player just try to limit your throwing, your possibilities of throwing as minimum as possible. Because right here I die, then my team dies, boom. It's pretty much like we throw up an FF vote. It's kind of like, oh man, at this point it's difficult, you know. Right here we try again to use the ultimate. We don't manage to get the kill on Kai'Sa, but then Thresh comes again with the clutch lantern, manages to save us. Two very clutch saves right there by Thresh. But again, as I was saying, you know, it's just, I guess as a jungle man, you just have to try and do your best to not throw at all. You know, like if your team is throwing, then you just have to let them throw and try your best to not throw at all. And right here, Thresh just manages to take the kill. At this point, I was a bit mad because I was like, I need all the kills I can. You know, I'm trying to get full build as fast as I can. But then right there, of course, you know, that was my fault. I ultimate on Kai'Sa, and then the whole enemy team is there. And then right here again, you know, I just don't think that my team was in position to sort of collapse on the team, because look, I managed to ultimate, I managed to zone out, you know, 2 to 3 people that were on me. My Guardian's Angel gets popped, but we weren't able to do anything, and we were at the advantage as well because Twisted Fate was in the side lane pushing, and still we weren't able to win the team fight, which in the moment of the game, I was kind of like, man, well, what is my team doing? Where's my team? Why aren't we able to collapse on them? You know, I managed to zone out Kai'Sa, their ADC, but still, we weren't able to do anything. And then just rewatching it, I kind of see that, okay, it's just right as Vi, like I've said multiple times, you don't have problems engaging. You know, your ultimate is a very simple ultimate. You just lock onto the ADC, you lock onto a champion, and you're in the team fight. But other champions, you know, do struggle. They're not as simple as Vi. So I definitely misplayed it right there. Definitely very, very rushed. And then right here, we're just trying to protect our turrets as much as possible. But it's getting difficult. At this point, it's getting very difficult, you know. Like, okay, if my team was going to throw, at least I should do the best of my capabilities to not throw as well. You know, I try to, because at the dragon fight, at the Ocean Drake, if my team died, okay, maybe I can try make a steal for it, or maybe I can try to do something that puts us in a better position to win. As right here, we still managed to get an ultimate. We get the kill on Twisted Fate, so we should have an advantage. But not able to do anything, pretty much because they have, you know, they have super minions pushing in the side lane right there. And the dragon will be up in 40 seconds. And then right here, we tried to rush Baron, but pretty much cannot do it. And here again, you know, I managed to zone out Kai'Sa, so I'm saying to myself, okay, I'll do this part, you know, I'll try. She uses all her abilities, and then sadly our ultimate was not up. I believe if my ultimate was up, definitely could have killed right there. But then you see again, like I'm zoning out and I'm mad. I'm pinging Caitlyn because at this point I was just mad because I was like, man, why can I zone out Kai'Sa, someone that's super fed on the enemy team, but still with losing team fights? I just couldn't understand. I was a little bit mad, a little bit upset, so I just spam ping my ADC because I'm like, oh, only if my ADC was like the Kai'Sa. And right here we pick up the Guardian's Angel, and the enemy team does have Baron. It's pretty much the Elder Drake does spawn as well. So I'm just trying to make a play for the Elder Drake, trying to go in, trying to get vision. But as you can see, they definitely had vision on me. I enter the bush, and it's pretty much I'm just dead right here. Try to flash away, but Volibear uses his ultimate. We get stunned again by Pantheon, and pretty much after this, just GG, you know. Was not able to survive, and my whole team gets picked off little by little, one by one, man. Very sad. For some reason, I just can't win, man, with Vi. Like, I'm like, bro, why can't I win? You know, the early game was going horrible. Then we had that insane comeback right at the dragon fight. I was like, after that, I was like, oh my god. Then at the second dragon, at the Ocean Drake, I was like, oh my god. I managed to get Pantheon, and my whole team just dies. I was like, oh my god. Just one of those days. But all in all, great game going up against Volibear in the jungle. Still very solid. Volibear is still very solid in the jungle as well. Pretty good game, man, but just can't seem to win with Vi, bro. I might have to drop her. I might have to stop playing her if I want to climb. Oh, honestly. As we get SVP right there, 20k damage, Vi in the jungle. I hope you all enjoyed. Peace.